Hey guys, Izzy here with DonnyFL and Saber Tactical. Today we are here to talk about tools. A lot of us have tools and some of us have specialty tools, and then there's also some really nice tools. And today we're actually here to talk about some really nice tools that I used to use back in my RC and drone days when I used to do a lot of RC stuff. This company has been around for a long time. As you can see, I got some here, I got some here as well that are still in the package, and we're going to talk about these today. But, we have expensive air guns, and with expensive air guns means that you got to take care of them properly, use some high quality tools. You don't want a hex head to strip off on you and then you have to drill it out from the gun or possibly damage the gun in the process of doing that. So this is why we are here today. The company is called MIP Online. Some of you guys might be familiar with these tools. They've been around for a long time. If I recall correctly, I think they've been around since the 90s. So a really good company to be with, made here in the USA, which a lot of us do like. So I'm going to talk to you guys about these tools, what makes them so special. If I'm looking that way, it's because I'm reading my tools notes that I got here. So these tools that we have here are all metric. We are able to get them in standard sizes if you standard guys need them as well, but we are starting out with the metric sizes. If we get a lot of feedback that you guys want to get the standard sizes, we'll be able to get some for you guys down the road as well. Actually, we can order them and have them here within 2 days and have them out to you. So let us know on DonnyFL.com. Go down in the contact us and send me an email, and I'll see what I can do for you guys. But first of all, I'm going to go ahead and start out with these tools and explain the sizes and features on these. So you can see I got some here. Actually, this one should be right there as well, and then these ones here. So these are still same tools, but they're a little bit different. These ones are hex heads or hex drivers. So on these tools here, you can see we got this here. We got a little cover. So you take the cover off and you got your hex head. This is a 3mm hex driver. They do come with their own labels, as you can see here. This one does not have a label. The label is right there. You got a little tube of heat shrink right there that you put it all over on there. We're gonna do that a little bit later on how to put those labels on, but we are going to have some version 2 versions of these which will not need that label because it will actually be laser engraved on the side with a color coded ring. So these are what we have now, what we started with. Next batch will all be Gen 2s, which will not have that sticker label and heat shrink. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on the side and we're going to talk about this. So one of the key things on these tools, the hex sizes on these are precision ground with diamond wheels to remove the internal stresses and part fatigue, which means that if these tools are precision ground to the exact size or really close to it, your hex screws should not strip off at all if these are used properly. So the tolerances on these things, and this is from the notes that it says tight tolerances held within 20 microns, which is a very good tolerance, which is 0.02 millimeters, and moreover 0.0008 inches. To put that into perspective, that is like taking a human hair and dividing it by 4. That is your tolerances on these. So I got my caliper here. It's in metric. It's already zeroed out. This is a 3mm hex driver, and Let's see, let me lock this up. And there we go. So the tolerance that we have is 0.2 or 2.99 millimeters. So it's not quite 3 millimeters, but the reason that is because the actual inside of the screw is a 3 millimeter. So you got to have that smaller diameter to allow it to fit. Other than that, this thing fits right on here, nice and snug. You can see I just put it in that there's barely any drop. So there we go. It moves probably about a 1/16 of an inch up and down. But again, that's amplified as it goes out. But if I go to turn it, it's a nice tight setup in there, and this thing ain't gonna go nowhere. The grip's on real good. It has a nice grip on there, so you can actually torque this down properly without having to use Allen keys and try to fumble things around and whatnot. This helps a lot. So I'm not gonna try to mess up a lot of stuff on this gun because this is Donnie's gun and we don't want him getting mad at me for loosening screws and whatnot. So let me go here. We already talked about the handle. Every tool assembled by hand. So these tools are assembled here in the US by hand and are manufactured and packaged 100% here in the US. So that's one thing that I like about these tools is that they are assembled by hand. They're not assembled by machine, which means that these are quality checked as they are being assembled and put together. If there is something that's completely wrong with them, they will not put them through the process of getting them packaged and out the door and possibly someone getting a bad tool. So the chances of you guys getting a bad tool with these, it's probably no chance at all. So we got several sizes. We got the 3 millimeter here, which we already talked about. We got a 2.5, which is there, and again you can see the color codes on there. I'm going to move that out of the way. 3 millimeter, 2.5. We got a 2 millimeter. We also have a 1.5 millimeter. And again, here, check this out. So I just pulled this out, and I'll get that measurement for you guys, just so you guys can see how accurate these things are. So 1.5. Let me get that lined up properly. All right, 1.5. Sorry, I moved it a little bit. Gotta try to lock it up before it moves on me. Oh, come on. Sorry guys, I'm trying to. There we go. All right, tolerances. 1.49, 1.5, 1.49. That is a really good tolerance there. So what you would use this for is to remove these smaller little set screws, stuff like that. Again, something that small should have a lot of tolerance, and the reason is because if you use a not high quality tool, you will wear out the inside of that screw a lot faster, and it being such a small screw, it has a way higher chance of it stripping out. These tools will not do that to you. I've actually used these tools for a long time. Like I said, I used to be in the RC industry back in 2004, and I still have my original set of these at home. Actually, this one here is actually one of them. You can see how the lettering is worn out compared to this one. So you'll see the lettering there. Lettering on this one is pretty much worn out, but you can see I've used this thing a lot. And like I said, I gave you a measurement with the calipers. For a tool that old, it's holding its tolerances really well. The shafts on these are made out of spring steel, and again, these are diamond. Sorry guys, precision ground with diamond wheels. So again, really top quality tools. So I actually used a standard size, which is 0.05 on the trigger shoes on these guns. It's actually 1.3. They both work, but we did get the tool for the standard size, or metric size, sorry. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna open that up, and here, let's make sure that comes out the right hole. All right, and here, I'll pull out all the stuff that's in there. So pretty much these Gen 1s will have this stuff in here. Trash, put that on the side. You'll get a MIP sticker. Alright, this is the label. You can see again, it's color coded. Yes, it's blue, but it's not the same shade blue, so you'll be able to tell them apart really well. And it has the size right here. And they also have the black tip protector, which is a really nice touch. A lot of the tools that I've gone before never had that. So you can just throw these in your toolbox with that tip protector, and you're not gonna ding or mar up that tip. Either way, without it, they still work great. I've never had any issues with it. Again, so the 1.3 is actually one of the smallest ones that they use on the trigger shoes on these FX air guns. So yeah, it's a really nice tight tolerance. That's the way to go. So that being said, we got that set there. Something else. All right, so I'm going to put these off to the side. These are your standard hex drivers, screwdrivers, whatever you want to call them. Put them right here. Put that over here. I'll put that label on that later on. Let me get this here. We got a knife over here somewhere. All right, got a knife. So one thing when you open these up, I like opening them from the bottom, because if you cut them from the top side, you might have a chance that you might cut your tip protector there. So I'm just gonna open it from the bottom. You can use scissors, a knife, whatever is easiest for you, and then you just dump everything out. All right, so we're gonna put that off to the side. That's trash. Again, comes with a sticker, the label, and check this out. So this is a 3mm screw or driver. This one is a 3mm driver. I don't know if you can see that. So you got a solid black sticker. This one is a striped black sticker, and that's actually to tell the difference. I know there's a specific word for that. Don't make fun of me. To tell them apart. So this is your standard hex driver. This one here is actually a ball tip. Again, high precision ground tips. These tips, if you put a caliper on the top side and tilt it, that diameter is going to remain the same. Some companies out there, what they do is they'll ground a flat tip and then another flat tip at a different angle and then another flat tip. It works, but that design tends to chew up the insides of the screws, set screws that you're loosening. So I'm going to put this in here. Okay, so that's there. That's there. You can see how much that fell. If you go up, again, this thing, you don't feel any resistance at all. Everything is very, very gradual. There's no binding at all. That is from these screws being ground properly how they're actually supposed to be. Again, everything is the same. These are the same as that, just a different ball tip. They are about $1 or so more expensive just because it takes a little more time to actually grind these down. You get a tip protector as well. You get your label there. I'm going to show you why I really like these. Okay, and not just because you can work on them at a certain angle. Put this over here, make that safe. I'm going to grab the 2.5, and some of you, well, I'll need this again. Some of you will know where I'm going with this already. Move that over here. And not right now, scammers. Alright, so I'm gonna do one more cut here. Not get my tip protector. Alright. Dump all this out. Okay. Got my sticker, label, and heat shrink right there. And one thing I forgot to mention as well. You also get a heat shrink. And that goes over the label itself. You can see I got another one here. Those go on there. I don't know if you can make that out or not, but you can barely see it there. You put the sticker on, you slide the heat shrink over it, you heat it up, and it's nice and tight and snug. That label's not going to peel off on you. So put that there. We're going to put this back over here. Move this over here. Alright, so now we got the 2.5 millimeter version of this. The reason I really like this is most of our guns have regulators, and the FX air guns are known to have regulators on behind the trigger right here. You can't put a straight shank hex key and then try to turn that regulator. It's not going to work. If you try, you might be able to get it to turn out, but you're going to chew it up. Like I said, these things are sharp. Like literally, you get them. If you go fast enough across your finger with enough pressure, I'm sure they can cut you, especially when they're brand new. So be careful with that, guys. I'm going to put that tip protector back on. I'm going to set that back over here. So I'm going to show you what I mean. I'm going to move this over here. And then just so you guys that don't know what this is the FX Impact M3. It has a regulator here, and it has a first regulator here in the front. Right now we're just going to worry about this because this is the main regulator that everyone tends to adjust. So pretty much, to get to that regulator, you can easily put this right there, and now it engages. Now if you want to bring it over to this side, you can make it work both ways. So right there, I can actually have access to that regulator adjustment screw down there, and I can turn it out and I can actually adjust it. I'm not going to turn it. This is Donnie's gun. It's already been tuned how it's supposed to be, but I can actually make sure that I actually am engaged with that regulator adjustment screw, and it's going to work perfectly. So that's that. But yeah, I just wanted to talk to you guys about that. Really nice tools, something that I would highly recommend, especially for working on these air guns, and not just FX air guns, but your Benjamins, your Air Force, your AEA air guns, your Avengers, any air gun that's out there that has metric hex screws, we got you covered. If you have a gun like let's say an Evil, if I recall correctly, LCS, any of the air arm air guns, I believe, some of them have a standard sizes, so we can get that taken care of as well. Just let us know if you need them. We'll order them, get them in. But right now we're just starting out with what is actually most popular in the air gun industry, which is the metric sizes. Again, hopefully you guys like this. We do have some information on our website. If you go up on the homepage of DonnyFL.com, you'll be able to see these on there. If you go up on the top, on the right of the screen, there's going to be a magnifying glass up there. Click on that, and then on the left side of the screen over here, you're going to be able to type in a keyword. You can type MIP, as in Mary, India, Paul. Hit enter, and it'll bring up the page that has all of these. One thing I forgot to mention, and I'm going to grab this one, and this one. So we have a 3-pack, and the 3-pack includes the 1.5, the 2mm, and the 2.5mm standard hex drivers. These are a bundled items. These are $50 if you get all three of them. If you were to get this one by itself, it's going to be $19.99. If you get this one by itself, it's $19.99. If you get this one by itself, it's $19.99. So by getting the 3-pack, you're saving yourself like $10 almost. So this would be your basic starter pack, which is mostly the thread sizes or the screw tip sizes, which is mostly the standard sizes that we use for our air guns, which start out at 1.5, 2mm, and 2.5. The 3mm, we have them as a standalone. You can buy that separate. Again, all the other available screw tip sizes are available separate. We don't have them in a large bundle. Maybe that'll be something for down the road where we can get everything together. But right now we're just getting started with these and getting these going. I also have the 2mm version of these hex drivers as well, in a tip version as well. So the 2mm, 2.5, and the 3mm are available in ball tips as well. Again, the ball tipped ones are a little bit more expensive just because it takes a little bit longer to get these made, and again, you got to pay for precision. You don't want cheap tools, man, or girl, whatever. But again, these tools are not just meant for air guns. Anything that it requires a high quality tool, I highly recommend these. But yeah, I just wanted to talk to you guys about that. Hopefully get some information out to you guys on these. So yeah, check out our website and we'll get you taken care of. It was nice being back here again with you guys and showing you something new, completely off what we normally do. So yeah, I'm actually pretty happy that we got these after talking to Donnie about them, and he said we should start selling them. So I'm glad he agreed. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. I'm going to make this safe, put it over here. If you need anything, have any questions or concerns, hit us up with an email. We'll get you taken care of right away. If it's a quick question, you can also call us. Our phone number is listed on the website as well. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later. Have a good one.